Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Well, Monday kind of blew a gasket. If you were here, talked about the Saints losing to the Chargers, but bigger picture, it wasn't just the loss to the Chargers. I didn't expect them to beat the Chargers. It's just what has become of the team, the roster, the organization, all of it. 6-game losing streak, first time that's happened since 2005. By now, you well know that, but it's also a lot of how it's transpired, and also the fact that guys like Mickey Loomis and the front office keep trying to pull the wool over all of our eyes, trying to convince us that it's not really as bad as what we see. The look beyond the good organizations look beyond the results comment is one that they'll put on Mickey Loomis's tombstone. Proverbially speaking, I don't mean his literal tombstone. I mean whenever his time in New Orleans is done. And so, I don't. A lot of people, if you weren't here yesterday, you can catch the full. I did one of my rants. By now, you know what they are. I yell and scream and sweat and all that sort of stuff. But by and large, it's been really well received. I don't start a segment or something like that with the intention of it escalating like that. It's just kind of like, it's just me. Like, I'm a passionate guy, and I start going down a road, and I don't know, man. Like, I love the Saints, and that just kept building and building and building, and then I blew the top off. And look, it's been really well received. I mean, we posted a clip of it on Twitter. It's already at 70,000 views. The full video on YouTube is already over 10,000 views. Instagram is approaching 100,000 views. It just got put on TikTok and Facebook today, so we'll see. But I go read the comments, and by and large, a lot of people agree. This guy, Steez Full, said, y'all may hate him, but Matt is right. Do people hate me? I mean, I know Alabama fans hate me.
Well, they hate you for sure. Yeah, I don't know if people hate you as per se. They maybe just disagree with you sometimes.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
White Llama Poo Poo on Twitter said spot on.
Me?
Yeah, White Llama Poo Poo. He said spot on.
Okay.
And anyone who thinks getting rid of Dennis Allen would fix the Saints' problem is sans a clue. Mickey Loomis has to go too.
Little rhyme there.
This guy, Wesley Dome Patrol, said Mickey with his gum, and he put a gif of Ace Ventura chewing the gum.
That's an A+ tweet.
Really good. Really good. A lot of good stuff. D Modifier, 100% spitting facts. Matt Rodriguez, thank you, Matt Moscona. I mean, Paul, you could pull these up if you want, just so you know that I'm not lying. Trey, Mickey says, look beyond the results. My man here looked beyond the results. Like Mick said, it's nothing but behind. Beautiful rant. I feel the pain, Matt. He and his head coach have to go. Look, everybody's agreeing with me, I mean, it's just, it was really well received. I just got one as well today from let's see, it looks like at Can't Guard Mike. That's what it looks like. At Can't Guard Mike.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Michael Thomas, right?
Like the Michael Thomas?
Like the Michael Thomas.
Yeah. That's got to be like a parody account or something. It does say Michael Thomas on it, but it can't be like actually Michael Thomas.
No, that's his official Twitter.
Well, it does have a blue check mark, but anybody can buy a check mark now. It's not necessarily got to be him.
No, that's always been his Twitter handle. Can't Guard Mike.
Maybe it's one of those things where they have like an L. It's like a 1 instead of an L or something like that.
I don't see that. Do you see that? I mean, I'm looking at it.
That guy does have over 400,000 followers.
That's a good tell.
That's a pretty good following for a parody account.
I'm telling you, that's not the parody account.
You think that's really him?
I know that's really him.
Oh, like the guy who used to play for the Saints, Michael Thomas?
That's the one.
He replied to my rant.
Did?
Actual Michael Thomas replied to my rant.
Actual Michael Thomas replied to your rant.
Oh, that's funny. He said, this the same guy? And he linked another YouTube video on there from AFR Saints, my YouTube channel. And it's when I was talking about Michael Thomas going off after the reports of his release. Remember that day?
I do remember that day, yes.
Yeah. So Jeff Duncan reported that day that Michael Thomas was going to be released by the Saints. And so Michael Thomas went on this borderline insane stream of consciousness string of tweets where he called Jeff Duncan a hoe, and like literally H-O-E, called Jeff Duncan a hoe, and a lot of other things. And so I spent a good dozen minutes or so trying to make sense of how Michael Thomas went from quite literally the greatest player at his position in the history of the organization and winning NFL Offensive Player of the Year to a guy that literally nobody wants around their organization. Apparently Mike watched that video. If you're saying this is actually Michael Thomas.
I'm saying it's actually Michael Thomas, and it looks like he did watch that video.
So you mean to tell me that Michael Thomas went on Twitter and posted a link of a video of me talking about Michael Thomas being bat bleep crazy on Twitter?
That is what I'm saying, yes.
This is a weird web that we are spinning here, Muse, with Michael Thomas. My goodness, he's insane. God bless him. By the way, Mike, first of all, since I know you're watching, thank you for watching. It's always nice to hear from the fans. So good. And by the way, makes a little sense though, Muse. He's got some free time on his hands. So it makes sense that he might spend his days watching our show. So thank you, Mike. Great to see. Always have time for the fans. So thank you for watching. How sad is this, though, for Michael Thomas? First of all, why would you care what I or anyone else says? And I didn't say anything specifically about Michael Thomas in the rant yesterday. And oddly, the video that he linked was me talking about his nonsensical stream of consciousness diatribe on Twitter about Jeff Duncan reporting that Michael Thomas was going to be released. Remember, that was the day. Jeff Duncan reported that the Saints were going to release Michael Thomas, and Michael Thomas went on Twitter diatribe against Jeff Duncan. Can someone remind me, whatever happened with that Jeff Duncan report that Michael Thomas was going to be released?
Michael Thomas was released.
Oh, you don't say? Yeah. They released Michael Thomas?
They did.
No kidding. Huh. What's Michael Thomas doing right now?
Not playing football, yeah.
Oh, he's tweeting me.
Oh.
And posting shirtless pictures in replies as well. Someone asked, are you retired? He said, no. He said, what did he say? I'm a genetic. Anyway, it's a shirtless picture. It's somewhere in the comments. There's a lot of comments now, as you might imagine. The funny thing is the people are like, Cook MT, get him MT. I'm like, hey, why don't you go watch the video that he linked? Actually, everything I said is 100% accurate. It makes him look like a jackass, which clearly he is. I mean, he's a cancer. Might be unstable. He's definitely an a-hole. And nobody wants him on their team. Like, do you realize the New Orleans Saints, let me spell this out for you. The New Orleans Saints released Michael Thomas. Nobody has signed him. To the best of my knowledge, nobody has given him a workout. Adam Schefter's usually all over that, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's on top.
The Chargers brought in 4 players for a workout today. Among them is former All-Pro Michael Thomas. That hadn't happened. Guy hadn't gotten a phone call. Hadn't gotten a workout. Like, why do you think that is? Because you're broken down physically and you're an a-hole that nobody wants to be around. Like, you're a cancer in the locker room. You literally got in a fight with a teammate. It's exactly what I said before. He's the guy who completely plays a victim mentality. It's always somebody else. It's never my fault. Oh, it's not your fault you ghosted the Saints. It's not your fault you didn't do your rehab properly. It's not your fault you get in a fight with a teammate. Oh, it's always someone else, right? It's Jeff Duncan's fault that he reported that you were going to be released. It's my fault that I go off on the organization. No, it's your fault, Mike. That's why you're sitting your ass at home right now. That's why you don't have a job. I'm sure you made a ton of money. Probably going to be good. Good on you, man. But the New Orleans Saints had Chris Olave with a concussion and Rashid Shaheed out for the season. And instead of calling you, they played Mason Tipton and Equanimous St. Brown and Bub Means And they went and signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling, all while you just sit there on Twitter. I mean, never a thought of Michael Thomas. Hey, very sad news today. Stephon Diggs tore his ACL. You saw that?
I did see that.
He's out for the year. Do we think the Houston Texans are going to call Michael Thomas?
No.
Don't hold your breath, Mike. The phone's probably not going to ring. And it's nobody's fault but yours. Hey, Mike, by the way, since you got a lot of free time, I'd like to formally extend the invitation. You can come on the show whenever you like. Just tell me when. Phone, Zoom, in studio, I'll come to you. You let me know. We'll make it happen, Mike. I got a lot going on, unlike you, but I'll rearrange my schedule to make it fit. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.